Hello, welcome to a special Q&A recording of The Best Is Yet to Come, one of the official selection title at the 45th Toronto International Film Festival. My name is Giovanna Fulvi and I'm the international programmer responsible for East Asia and Southeast Asian cinema. I'm thrilled to be here with Wan Jing, the director of the film, and Jia Zhangke, the producer of the film. Thank you to our audience for joining us. As an organization still impacted by COVID, we need the support of our audiences so that we can continue to present films to future generations and preserve these diverse and important voices. This film is eligible for the People's Choice Award. So if you like this film, please do not forget to vote, and you can do so at tif.net/vote. And now let's start the conversation with Wan Jing, the director of The Best Is Yet to Come.
Hello.
Hello. So this film is inspired by a true story of Han Fudong, the former editor-in-chief of Nanfang Metropolis Daily. Why did you decide to tell this particular story? And also the topic the film addresses is really timely. When did you have the idea to make this movie?
这个电影呢是根据一个这个真实的真人的故事呢来影响由他来启发您拍的。那么请问您为什么会选择拍这个人的故事，就是这个南方都市报的王福尊先生的他的故事启发您拍这个电影？那么尤其呢这个故事和这个电影呢在当下呢又非常是有现在的时代感的。那么这个故事是您是怎么选择拍这个故事的呢？
其实所有事情的缘起还是因为贾导的机缘，我认识了很多记者的朋友，其中也包括这部影片的出品人唐岩先生。然后呢，因为这个原因，所以我认识了一批在那个年代在做媒体的传统媒体人。我一直非常喜欢现实主义的故事，现实主义的表现手法。那我觉得讲一个记者的故事其实是最好的一个选择的方式。那韩福东的故事在这些人的故事里面跳出来，所以因为我们想回看那个03年那个年代，那是一个我们讲说充满野心的年代。那我觉得韩福东的个人的人生经历在那个年代里面是比较有代表性的，所以选择了他作为我们这个影片的原型人物。
Because I have been working with director Jia, that I was fortunate to be able to meet a lot of journalists, and I think that it was that opportunity that got me exposed to this group of people. And I had always enjoyed realistic stories, and when I want to present realistic stories, I think the group of journalists are a good starting point. And also, when I was looking at portraying the time period in 2003, their story, especially Han Fudong's stories, jumps out.
我继续，就是非常感谢多伦多电影节把这个电影带到大家面前来。然后我也知道多伦多电影节在一开始介绍这部影片的时候用到了这个生逢其时或者是 timely 这个词，但其实在一开始我们创作这个剧本的时候并没有想到我们在讲的这个故事会跟现在我们身边发生的事情建立起这么直接的联系来。最原始的出发点其实是我们筛选了人物原型韩福东先生的很多报道，但是我在众多的他做的非常出色报道里面看到了乙肝的这一个选题，因为我觉得他是讲人的故事。他有很多很出色的调查报道，但是乙肝这个是讲人的故事。我觉得这个讲人的故事能跟他个人的经历建立起一种很直接的联系，也能跟我或者比如说我们的观众建立起一种很直接的联系，所以才会选择了那个主题来做。非常机缘巧合的，它也跟现在我们在经历的事情产生了联系。
the story that we chose to do. Well, first of all, I should thank the festival for being being able to bring this film to the audience. I chose his story because, well, he had many interesting stories through his career. He did many interesting projects, and it is somewhat coincidental that I chose this story that he did about hepatitis B because I felt that this is a story that connects me to his story because it's a human story, and it is somewhat coincidental that it come to be with such a current connection to current events.
And you have been Jia Zhangke first assistant director since 2010. How was it to work with him as the producer of your first feature film?
那么您是做这个贾樟柯导演的第一助理导演了，做了从2010年就一直和他一起合作。那么现在他来做您的第一部电影的这个制片人，这种方式合作有什么感想呢？
其实最一开始认识贾樟柯导演是我还没有上电影学院之前，我是通过他的电影认识他，然后
Actually, I first got to know him before I even went to film school. I got to know director Jia Zhangke through his films.
然后非常幸运的，或者是非常机缘巧合的，我们能一起工作，然后我能加入他的团队。然后一开始像是一个有点害怕的老师，然后后来慢慢的，大家因为时间的原因变得可能更像是师长，也像是朋友。那在这部片子里面，其实我会觉得贾导在很多大的问题上帮我做了很多方向性的提示。但是细节上，他愿意让我自己去尝试所有的东西，我觉得是基于可能他对我的信任，或者是他对我的支持。
So it was very fortunate, and maybe it's somewhat fate that brought me to be able to work with him and join his team. And for this film, I mean, after working with him for many years, and it started perhaps, I view him as a teacher that I respect and from a distance and perhaps with a little bit of fear. But then through working with him for many years, we became this relationship between teacher and student had gradually evolved into perhaps to some extent more of a friendship. And for this film, he had provided me many directional guidance, but in terms of the detailed treatments of the film, I think he left a lot of those decisions to me. I think it's because of his trust and also his support.
Okay. Thank you, Wenjing. And now let's start the conversation with Jia Zhangke.
金先生，那么我们现在呢，想跟贾樟柯先生讲几句。
Jia Zhangke, you are a well-known director who has brought to audiences around the world such masterpieces as like Xiao Wu, Platform, Still Life, The World, A Touch of Sin, just to name a few. But not many know that you have been fostering new generation of filmmakers. I'm thinking of Sun Fang, which from China, who had her last film presented at the Berlinale this year. I'm also thinking of Kevich Neang from Cambodia. This is your first time producing and also acting in the film of your assistant director. Can you tell us what prompted you to get involved in this project?
贾导，您是一个世界知名的导演，您呢也给我们带来过像小五啊、车站啊等等很多知名的这个非常 棒的电影。那么但是呢，您有在一直在培养和支持其他新导演的这个事情呢，可能并不是像您优秀作品那样广为人知。那么我们现在也知道呢，您比如说有培养过像这个今年在柏林有推出电影的宋芳，还有这个这个
柬埔寨，
对这个柬埔寨的这位导演。那么您这一次呢是在王晶导演的第一部戏里面呢，这个还有参与演出。那您觉得您这个在他的这部这个新片的这个作品里，您的这个参与，您有些什么的有些什么看法，有什么感受呢？
好，谢谢焦万娜。我也很高兴能够这个王晶的影片能够通过多伦多跟北美的观众见面。王晶跟我合作了很多电影啊，就是他跟我一起工作了很多年，包括《天注定》Mountains May Depart 到《江湖儿女》就是这么很漫长的时间里面。我们因为在一起工作，所以对他越来越了解，也知道他一直想完成他的第一部长片。那他过去呢是在北京电影学院学习导演，毕业之后很快就进入我的团队作为第一副导来工作。但是当我拿到他的这个想要拍不止不休这个剧本，我被这个剧本的故事感动，因为这个故事对我来说，它就是在讲一个人通过自己的一篇文章、一个报道、一支笔，怎么改变上亿人的命运。它让我想了很多东西，因为我们总觉得一个人的力量很有限，我们面对变化的世界总觉得很无力。那我们是放弃呢，还是坚持我们去改变它呢？这就是一个问题。那这个电影给了一个答案这个答案就是说或许我们每一个人的努力都会对这个世界有所改变。我觉得在当代社会需要这样一种精神那我也很高兴能够帮助王晶把这个电影拍出来。
I've worked with Wang Jing through many of my films. I was fortunate to work with him right after he graduated from the Beijing Film Academy, and he joined my team, and very soon after he became the first assistant director. I have worked with him and got to know him very well through the years, and he had worked in many of my films. Throughout these years, I understood that he also wanted to do his own film. And so when I saw this script that he got for The Best Is Yet to Come, I got moved by the story. It's a very human story. It is about one person's effort that created a difference for hundreds of millions of people. And so I think that is a story that is not only moving, but also meaningful, that it brought us to a real life example of one person, his effort and work actually managed to change lives in that scale. So I think this is something that is worth for us to know and it's worth us to see.
Yeah. And then one question, one last question for Jia Zhangke. Are you working on a new project, and can we expect to see your next film in Toronto next year?
最后一个问题呢，问贾樟柯导演的呢，是想问您现在是不是在做哪个新项目啊？是不是在做哪部影片呢？是不是明年有机会您的新片可以到多伦多电影节来呀？
明年一定会有电影去多伦多，因为我现在正在做2部电影， 一部电影是刚刚写完剧本，这个剧本是在疫情期间在北京写的，是关于更年轻一代、最年轻一代年轻人的故事，它发生在中国的东北。这部电影如果顺利的话，今年冬季就会开始开始拍摄。那么另外一个呢，我也在剪辑我的另外一部作品，这部作品差不多拍了有20年，是我这20年里面陆续拍的纪录片的一个剪辑，是一个我想是对我来说是一个新的电影形态的一个电影，我希望能够找到一些新的生活内容、新的电影的语言这2部影片或许明年都会推出，最少会有1部吧。
Yeah, I definitely would have new film for the festival next year, because I'm currently working on 2 films. One of them is I've just finished the script. It's a script that I've developed over the period of the lockdown during the Corona lockdown, and so we're hoping that in the winter time we're going to start filming and working on the production. So that's one film that is about the new generation. The content is more about the new generation, and it's set up in the northeast part of China. So I'm hoping that that's something we could develop very soon. And then I'm also working on another film that I've been editing it's a film that I have been developing over the last 20 years. It's a documentary film, and I've been editing it throughout the last 20 years. I'm hoping that it would create a new vision of content, a new film language. So both of these 2 films that these are the 2 projects that I've been involved with right now. And so I hope at least one of them will finish and be in time for the festival next year.
Okay, we're looking forward to it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Wenjing, and thank you, Jajanka, for being here with us today. Thank you again.
好，谢谢你们，谢谢，谢谢。
贾樟柯导演，谢谢王晶导演今天能够回答我们的问题，非常谢谢。
好，谢谢焦安娜，谢谢我们的翻译，谢谢。